Hi, welcome to my YouTube channel. This is Farel, and today, like the title says, I did actually did three drawings. So first one is not the one you just saw in the little title thing here, and I had a kind of a bumpy start. I first started doing this outside. This is a copy of the Wrenchy. Someone on my Patreon uh, got a copy of this and doing a drawing in it. And I asked him which character he wanted, and he said one of the ones you don't do that often. So I decided to draw this guy Virgil, who's this duck character that I put in Proxima Centauri too, but he just kind of has like little bit parts. He's not like a main guy. And someone I know was really freaked out by that he had teeth, or a few people, but I just was kind of basing it off those like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and other stuff, like old animation where it's like, oh, the ducks have teeth, or things with bills that don't normally have teeth that look like that. It just anthropomorphizing them, I guess. The pen I'm using here is a Faber-Castell Pitt pen, size S. I usually use size S or XS when I'm sketching. XS, seem to use those more for like when I'm doing like dumb little detail work that I don't want to have to use a brush for, just because, brush is good like if you're doing, I don't know, if I'm making like long straight lines, I kind of like using a brush. But when I'm doing little noodly detail-y stuff, I like using a pen. And yeah, I don't know why, I think back in the day when I first started doing comics, it seemed like a lot of artist friends and stuff I had, or cartoonists, used the Micron Pigma pens, and then I started using those. And yeah, there's I took a picture of this because the video got cut off at some point, so you're not getting the full video, I guess, of me drawing him. But yeah, so skipped ahead a little bit. And yeah, for some reason I switched to these Faber-Castell Pitt pens instead of the Micron pens. I don't know why. Just maybe I thought they looked cooler or something, I guess. But I do kind of like, I mean, I use a Micron every once in a while, and I just generally like the way these tips feel for longer, I guess. Yeah, this character here, Virgil, he just kind of pops in every now and then into these story. In the Wrenchies, he's like only in two scenes, and one of them is like a dream sequence. And I don't really have like much of a backstory for him, other than he was like a friend of the Wrenchies, and he just kind of hangs out sometimes. And he like showed up after they'd kind of been on this like gnarly mission, I guess, or just running from the Shadows Men. And it was like really scary, and then he's just kind of hanging out at their place with a bunch of other loser type kids, and Vance kicks everyone out, and then he couldn't hear, I guess, because he had the headphones on. He comes out, hey, I found this in the trash, can I eat it? And everyone's like, yay, Virgil, hey. And Vance is like, I gotta go be by myself for a minute and listen to some music, and then feels guilty about it later because he's like, oh man, I like Virgil, I just hadn't seen him, I just kind of wasn't in the right headspace for that. But yeah, I don't know. I like this character a lot. You might be able to tell. I don't have like a ton of information about really where he comes from and who he is. But that was my first attempt at this guy in a while, and yeah, it was fun drawing that in the Wrenchies. And I drew a little Hollis there over his shoulder, and a little rat thing. And these two books are my last two books that came out. Have been published by Image Comics, and they're available still. Just came out a couple years ago. But yeah, I'm sending these to a friend, and decided to do kind of some con sketches in them since I was on a roll. I'd done one already today, so I'm like, oh, okay, I'll do all three of these, and make kind of a longer video. And yeah, so this guy here, Dog, it's not his real name. His real name's kind of like some kind of unpronounceable something or other, but he calls Sherwood Boy, and Sherwood calls him Dog, so I just did like a funny spelling of it. And yeah, he's like this sort of sweet, kind of naive creature, I guess. He was like Sherwood's best buddy, and sort of like is like a sort of a victim of his abuse, his abuse. And I'm watching the show Wilfred right now. That there's the finish of him that is kind of reminding me somewhat of like in sort of a reverse, just in certain ways, like the way like anthropomorphizing like a dog and like kind of like the way you treat your pets and stuff. So yeah, this next book, The Often Wrong, is like an anthology, like a personal collection of sketchbook stuff and a few comics, a lot of like Inktober drawings I did, like pinups and illustrations, and yeah, a lot of sketchbook stuff. It's sort of divided up into little, like I have some stuff from Profit, I have some stuff from the Wrenchies, there's some stuff like behind the scenes production stuff, and yeah, there's the dog drawing I just did, and yeah, this is Proxima Centauri. It's like I said, it was a series from Image, and the main character is this guy Sherwood, and he's just like kind of this sort of entitled, privileged teenager. He has like magical powers, and it's kind of like basically like a superhero, but he's sort of a brat, and everyone, all the adults and his peers are sort of trying to instruct him and help him not be a total jerk, turn out to be a total, horrible person. So yeah, this is the last drawing in the series here, and this is the one I was probably the most happy with, just because I decided to, like, I'm gonna draw him on a bicycle, and the idea was to look out my window at my bicycle, but it got too dark, and so I just was like, well, I'll just kind of fake it or just make it up as I go, and try to do the best I can, especially with the ellipses on the wheels. Those always get me, like, even if I'm looking at a picture of a bicycle, it's still like, oh man, how do you make this look where it doesn't look super wonky? So I had a few stray weird lines, and then I just kind of was like, oh, you know what, I'm just gonna try to have fun with this and whatever. Yeah, and then I was actually sort of pleased at how sort of bike-like it actually ended up looking. So it's kind of like a little BMX thing. But I decided to use the same character, Virgil. If you saw me flipping through the book, I was like, what do I draw here? What do I draw here? So then, yeah, I don't know. Cool. I'm glad that my buddy is getting this drawing in his book. But that's it for today. Thanks for watching this video. And I got a Patreon, which I might have mentioned. If you want to go check that out, it's $2 a month to subscribe. And Farel Dal's my handle over on Instagram, and something similar on Twitter. I don't remember. Okay, I'll see you soon. Bye.